How's it going, guys? JP here once again, and this is going to be a review of the movie Christine. Christine was a film that came out in 1983, directed by John Carpenter, and it was based off of a Stephen King novel. So, Christine follows the character of Arnie, who's kind of a nerd. Um, he's a little bit shy. He has problems with girls and stuff, and he has a good friend named Dennis, who's more, outgoing and kind of a jock type, but not the typical jock type where they're kind of a jerk. But he's less shy, and he's just a kind of an opposite character of Arnie. So, Arnie basically one day sees a car, which is the red car that's on the cover. I don't know a lot about cars, so I don't know the kind of car it is, but he sees it, older looking car, and it's all beat up, and he, instantly is intrigued by it. He goes and checks it out. The owner is kind of a weird guy. He comes off a little bit strange, and he basically sells him the car. Um, and Arnie basically gets obsessed with this car, and the car is supernatural. It's basically a killer car, which kind of sounds a little bit silly, and I know a lot of people would get thrown off by it right away. They wouldn't. A lot of people hear killer car and they're just like, that sounds stupid, which it does sound a little bit silly, but I think it really works in his film, and I think that if you kind of can just accept it, it's a really great movie. I think it's one of Carpenter's best films, right up there with Halloween and The Thing. So what really shines in this movie is the characters. The acting was really solid, and it seems like the characters were developed really well, and they're all interesting, and you kind of want to know. You kind of keep wanting to see more of the character's evolution, and you're interested in the characters. Arnie is the most probably interesting character, because you slowly see him transform from this really shy, awkward, nerdy guy, and it wasn't a like typical nerdy guy. I think he was a kind of a unique character. He felt kind of genuine, and you see him transform into this jerk, and then after that he's really a jerk. He goes into a really asshole kind of character, and then eventually he even goes further, and he becomes this obsessed kind of weird, complete jerk kind of character. Um, and it's interesting seeing him change, and I think that the actor did a really good job of you know portraying all the different sides of the character. And basically he gets obsessed with the car. It's almost creepy obsessed with it, but it seems like the car has some kind of power over the person that buys it. And another character is the character of Dennis, who you really like, and he's pretty cool. Then you have Lee, which is Arnie's girlfriend throughout the film, and she wasn't too interesting to me, but the character worked for what they wanted her to be. The typical girlfriend that gets caught up in the mess, and wants loves the guy, but he's acting kind of weird and stuff. Another character that I liked was at the beginning when they buy the car off of that guy. You get a little bit of a backstory about the previous owner, who was this weird guy's brother, who eventually died, and I thought that was a cool little backstory. The guy was really interesting who told it, and I kind of wanted to see more, almost like a little bit more about the car. Like you keep wanting more with this movie, which is a good thing. I wanted it to almost be longer. Um, I just really like this movie. It's directed really well. Carpenter does a great job with the directing. I think, the cinematography is really awesome. The sound and the music is great. Um, you know, but I think the best part is just seeing the Arnie character kind of transform into a whole nother person. Um, the characters are really well developed. And even his parent at the beginning, when he's kind of has this kind of hate towards his parents in a weird way, and once he turns into this different character, it really shows it that he's sick of his parents and stuff. Just an awesome movie, really. I mean, it's kind of a weird plot, but I think it just works somehow. I don't know, it just feels right. This DVD itself does have a commentary with John Carpenter and Keith Gordon, who I believe played the character of Arnie, um, which is I definitely want to check that out, because I'll probably watch that very soon. And then it has 20 deleted and alternate scenes, which I did check all of them out, and some of them are just kind of alternate longer takes of stuff. Others are scenes where it shows Arnie being even more of a jerk, which I'm kind of iffy on if they should have used them or not. And then there's other scenes that kind of just develop characters a little bit more, which I think they should have used them, or an extended cut with some of them scenes would have been nice. Um, there's also a couple scenes in the deleted scenes that shows a relationship um, between Dennis and Arnie's girlfriend Lee, who you could kind of see it in the movie that there's something there, but the deleted scenes would have expanded on that. Then it also has 3 exclusive featurettes, which I'm definitely going to check them out too. I didn't have time yet to check them out, but I will soon. Another thing, there's a little bit of negatives with the movie, but nothing really too over like outrageous. Some of the stuff is a little bit like the bully character, for example. He's like the typical bully with the switchblade, which I'm not a huge fan of them kind of characters, because I don't ever feel like they're real. They never feel genuine to me. They just feel like a movie bully. I've never once seen some like bully guy like pull out a knife and switchblade and stuff. Like, I don't know if that really did exist in like the 80s and the 50s and stuff, but I never seen it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Great movie. Check it out. Most people like it, but I have met, a few people who think it's kind of dumb. Yeah, so that's my review, guys. Check you guys later, and peace.